Over the past couple of years, the internet has gone crazy over what is defined community management. First of all, we need to define what a community is. A community is a virtual space that allows people to express themselves, share information, interests, and passions. Any community is made up of three different components. Two of them I just mentioned when stating the definition of community. These are the people and the virtual space. Let's start talking about the people. When we refer to communities created by brands to promote their activity, we generally have two distinct types of users, businesses and customers. Essentially, we could have what is called either a B2B community or a B2C community. In any case, the person visiting the community will behave initially as a so-called lurker, reading, following what's going on, but without taking part in the conversation. He or she will then turn into an active user if and only if he or she thinks it is worth it. The second element is a virtual space. Whenever a group of people, imagine you and your friends who want to meet, you need a place where you can meet. That's exactly the same with virtual communities. The only difference is that the space is not physical, but it's virtual. A virtual space may be either a self-hosted community or an open social network. An example of self-hosted community would be this one. Icon is the official Madonna fan club. This is a community because fans, meaning people who have and want to share their passion for Madonna, can meet and exchange information and opinions about their favorite performer. This one here is Madonna's official Facebook page. This is also a place where her fans can share thoughts and information, but there is a substantial difference with respect to the Icon community. Access on Icon is not open to everyone. People need to register to access exclusive content and features, and all the data that are collected by Madonna's team are their own property. Instead, on Facebook or other social networks, you do not own any information about your followers. You can access aggregated data as we saw on Facebook Insights, but you cannot access individual information. The optimal situation in terms of community management would be to create an audience on social networks and then direct that audience to the self-hosted community. The problem is that developing a self-hosted community is expensive. It is not just a blog, as we will see later in this course. It is something huge that should be handled by developers. Developing a platform like that is not something startups can typically afford. So in my work with many entrepreneurs, I developed a different kind of approach that worked really well. That is, start creating not just an audience on social media, but a real community on social media. Then, after 1 or more years, when you have the budget, consider creating your own self-hosted community. How? By being a community manager and using social media as your virtual space. Actually, the community manager is the third, often invisible element of a community. Before listing the tasks of a community manager, let's understand how community management differs from traditional social media marketing. Social media marketing creates a relationship between the brand and its customers. Community management creates relationships between its customers to bring an advantage to the brand. This means that interaction is key. Let's take a look at some of the tasks of a community manager. For example, welcoming members to the community, building relationships, moderating the conversation, promoting members and encouraging relationships formation, running events, finding internal resources to respond to some specific community discussions, enforcing the guidelines of the community, channeling the input and the response from the community into other organizational processes. But now let's take a look at why users join communities. Typically, they want to do one of these things: share passion or interest, create bonds with other users, create a new identity for themselves, interact with the brand, contribute to improving the brand, stay updated, and take advantage of special offers. Companies need to be able to satisfy these needs with their communities, otherwise they won't be able to achieve their goals. Brands create communities because in the end they want to increase their sales and sell more efficiently. How? By informing, interacting, and educating their audience. In the next 2 lectures, we'll explore the 2 main strategies to achieve that. See you there.